Welcome to GOLT Talk, your podcast for technology and innovation in the legal profession. If you're searching for solutions to revolutionize your legal practice, you're in the right place. 10 minutes pure, actionable product insights from CEOs shaping the future of legal technology. And here is your host, Pfennig.
Hi everybody, welcome to GOLT Talk, your go-to podcast for technology and innovation in the legal profession. My name is Pfennig and I am your host today. We bring you pure actionable insights from CEOs shaping the future of legal tech. If you're searching for the right, perfect tool to revolutionize your legal practice, you are in the right place. And with that, I warmly welcome Viktor von Essen, CEO of Libra here in Germany. Hi, Viktor.
Hey, Tom.
We have a very compact, dense format, as you know, so let's get started right away. Please introduce yourself and explain a little bit what is Libra about, the unique selling points, the use cases. We are all yours.
Yeah, great to be here. My name is Viktor. Studied law at Boots Law School in Oxford, then practiced as a lawyer for a decade at Freshfields. Then took computer science classes at Harvard, and then founded Libra. Libra is focusing on building a fully compliant tool to legal professionals, both law firms and in-house legal teams. And our unique selling point is that we basically are 100% compliant with European regulations. So we are safe and secure and reliable. And we have also expert LLMs in our offering that are basically fine-tuned on case law in European jurisdictions such as Germany and Switzerland and elsewhere. They're with outperforming other large language models. And we also have a very high focus on customer success and customer workshops. So every license taker at Libra gets quite a number of workshops being offered as part of our service. And we really go deep and customize the tool for each customer. And more particularly speaking, the strongest signals that we are perceiving are for our discovery feature, where you can essentially analyze a bulk of documents, and also for our Word plugin.
And just go into discovery a little bit for me so that I understand, if I have not heard of Libra, what you do for me with your product.
So essentially, documents that you have, be it contracts or whatever, you can upload them in Libra in bulk and then have them analyzed. To give you a few examples, so we help lawyers in a due diligence setting, so they can upload their data room documents and then can check whether these documents are complete, whether they comply with the document list that has been requested. They can also do a red flag check, whether they basically analyze the documents, whether there are legal risks entailed in that transaction. We also do a contract review. So we did for a large German company, we reviewed thousands of labor law contracts for analyzing certain clauses within these contracts for labor law risks. Related to that, we help with contract negotiations. So whenever you have a certain setting, you get lots of contracts from counterparties and you need to check whether they basically comply with your gold standard. Then you can Libra upload them and you get automatically within seconds a fully fledged report saying which clauses are acceptable and which aren't. And also basically in our system, you can insert your playbook with fallback clauses. And then Libra will generate basically counter arguments and also like clauses that you can still accept and sign up for.
What does Libra not do, Viktor? Just to also exclude certain verticals, does it draft contracts?
It also drafts contracts in Word plugin. What Libra is not doing, Libra is not a law firm, Libra is a tech company. So in essence, what we are not doing is we basically don't do legal services in a strict sense. I am a fully qualified lawyer and we have fully qualified lawyers in the team, but we're not practicing as such. We focus on the tech. We also support with drafting. That's mostly done in our newly released Word plugin.
Good. Let's move on to allies and competitors. In a tech ecosystem, are there any preferred partners? What would you say, who are your allies? And also, obviously, the opposite, who are tangible, real competitors in your categories?
So allies are on the tech side. So basically, we are an Merantix funded venture. So we cooperate with basically the engineering team from Merantix Momentum, which is a 90-person AI engineering team. And this is how we also originally got started. Then we closely collaborate with a company called Xane, which is an Oxford spinoff, which focuses on fine-tuning legal large language models, replicating legal reasoning capabilities in large language models. And that collaboration works as such that we integrate these large language models, the Nox Tour models, in our system. In particular, when it comes to legal research and document Q&A, that is of relevance because the value add is that you can get hallucination-free case citations, for example, with a backlink to the original source, meaning the judgment, for example. That Knox2 Q&A model has been built over years in collaboration with a law firm called CMS. And basically that was even before the large language model hype. What happened is that law firm labeled clauses, like over a long period of time, millions of them. And based on that labeling, a large language model has been fine-tuned. So when you now come up with a clause, let's say in an SPA or CLA, and you need to have that clause being reviewed, you can upload that clause using the Knox2 document, a large language model, and the result will be just 10 times sharper than as if you use a general large language model, whichever it is, because of that training in the background.
Okay. Competitors?
Competitors, it's Harvey and Leia. And what differentiates us is confidentiality. So we offer a contractual certification that we fully comply with 203 German criminal code and other like relevant clauses that are relevant in Europe and Germany. And there we are much stricter than other providers from the United States and elsewhere that essentially have a server environment also in the US. Or are not as focused as much on the German market as we are. We also have, in comparison to these competitors, we have access to 1.7 million German legal judgments, which is almost the fully fledged set of the back data set with German judgments. So on that basis, we're just more focused on the German market. So we are more present here in Germany, in German-speaking countries, and we are stronger when it comes to compliance.
Okay, thank you. Let's move on to cost and implementation efforts.
So cost, it's pretty much straightforward. There's a flat fee. You pay €100 per user per month or 900 per user per year. There are also discounts available if you buy larger volumes of licenses. And the implementation is almost always threefold. We do I offer part of the license fee as a kickoff workshop where I basically introduce the tool. And then we identify task force with which I go much deeper. So I customize certain templates that we have in our library. So we do have a template library, legal template library. We have legal prompts available. We have all kinds of templates for contract use tasks and other tasks. And then we customize these templates for the customer within sort of another workshop, mostly in person with a task force. And then there's almost always a third workshop. I would call it an evaluation workshop, where we basically present that solution to that particular workflow, which then is supposed to become a success case. And on that basis, we upsell the tool. So after that third step, there's normally an upselling procedure, meaning that quite a significant number of licenses is being acquired thereafter. And this is how we proceed. And then we also offer workshop also on a continuous basis. So we're quite heavily focused on customer success, and we really pay a lot of attention to understand the customer's problem. And we really want to make sure that the customer gets the maximum benefit of the tool usage and that the tool is also being customized to the customer's needs.
Before we go into implementation efforts, can you give me one or two examples of templates that you were referring to?
So just within the last few days, one template was actually M&A transaction due diligence. So there we had, essentially we have a template for red flags. So for example, the classical example will be identify change of control clauses, identify whether there are labor contracts with sort of all kinds of risks, for example, a termination risk or whatnot. Then this is template number one. Template number two is the typical NDA review, like with identify indemnification clauses and whatnot. And yeah, another template which I built yesterday is code of conduct review. So basically, does that code of conduct comply with our gold standard, yes or no? And there we also have now a template available. So if a company says we have a code of conduct gold standard, does that comply with our gold standard? For that, we also have a template. So we have a template for code of conduct review. And this is basically just the tipping point.
And implementation efforts. So how long does it take me to get Libra going within my organization?
2 seconds. So you need to go on the libratech.ai, then you can log in for free. You get a test account for 1 month for free with access to all capabilities of the tool. And then we can, if you want to have a team account, meaning that you can share assistance with your team, then you just let us know and we set it up for you within a few hours, if at all. Then you can kick it off. It's basically super straightforward. And also I offer a Libra Academy. So in order to intensify the customer interaction, I'm offering every week a workshop called Libra Academy, where every week we introduce either a new feature, power user, or something of the like. I do this on a continuous basis, and you can just jump in there and get informed about the latest developments.
Do I have to be a user, a subscriber to Libra, or is it open to the public?
Now, Libra Academy is open to the public. So this week we had the work plugin, a deep dive on the work plugin and the new features. It's super exciting. We have a deep dive on DeepSeek and our experiences with that. And also we will talk about the benchmarking topic.
What's the URL? Where can I find the Libra Academy on the internet?
You can subscribe to our newsletter, you can connect with me on LinkedIn, or you go to our Eventbrite page.
Okay. Viktor von Essen, CEO of Libra here in Germany. It was a pleasure talking to you. Thank you for the openness. Very informative. All the best. Take care.
Thanks so much, Tom.
Bye.
Bye.